crack of dawn. It's Dawn Lombardi, and we are back with the Cardinal. And it's not a Cardinal from WJMJ because I'm trying to get Amon Sr. on my show. But we're doing a Cardinal, and you know, as I said, Cardinals are reminiscent of people passing away, and you see a Cardinal, and it's supposed to be something visiting you. I don't know if that's true, but my Cardinal's coming along. So although I was going to do another episode and change outfits, but I'm all hooked up to these wires, so I'll be wearing orange next time. I'll be bleeding orange. Oh. So we're going to keep going with our Cardinal. He's looking good. I want to make him look real by the time I'm done, so I'm really going to try hard. He's looking good now. I put a little bit of gray underneath where the snow is because that's the top of the whatever. Sun doesn't really come through, but it's always shining, especially if it's daytime. So it's coming through somewhere, and it's going to hit the top of the snow, okay? So I'm going to put it back on the easel, and we're going to keep going here. He's back on the easel, and I got to add a few feathers and things. I'm going to use my Jamoki brush still. Remember, you don't have to have fancy stuff. You really don't. Yeah, you don't have to have fancy stuff. I'm noticing that they're paving the roads here in Farmington, a lot of them. It's looking really nice, and Bristol has really come together nicely. Those are nice, smooth roads now, only for the snow to come and make more potholes, but we hope that doesn't happen. There's new technology and stuff. Today was bulk trash day. Just showing you my palette quick. Bulk trash day is when you can put out whatever you want, except for a few items, and they pick up everything. So out kudos go to all our wonderful trash people that come and handle all of that stuff, because God knows what people put out there. You know, we try to be neat and clean. I try to run out with coffees when I can. You know, you want to be nice to these people because they're great. They really are great, great people that take away our trash, and they do a great job. And we try to recycle. You know, there's a lot of things you want to check, like a pizza box. People think that when you eat a pizza, you put the box in the blue container, the recycling, you know, with the cans. No, you put it because the grease gets on the box. So you can't. Maybe the frozen pizza box you can because it doesn't really touch it. But it's like, you know, who would have known that? So, you know, when people think, oh, you don't recycle correctly, a lot of people really don't know, you know, they don't know. A lot of friends of mine, they're recycling like a can of spaghetti sauce and they rinse it out. And then I think the cap goes in one container and the glass goes in another. I've always been putting back the cap on, and I don't even know, I gotta check. So back to our Cardinal. He's so cute. He's got a couple of colors down here, a little bit lighter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to put those in. And now that he's drying a little bit more, we did the episode literally back to back. We stopped and started again, why not? I'm gonna put in a little white here. It's so nice, I love it. He's got a little white. Again, you don't have to have the perfect steady hand, but he's got a little white here too, going right over the Sharpie. And you can see just little things like this. Detail, it helps a lot. You know, it makes things look more real. So if I were to stop on the last episode, yeah, he still looked great, but he's gonna look better now. So I'm gonna put some more detail here, just little teeny lines going down. And again, if you wanna be on the crack, please get in touch with me. Dawn Lombardi Art at yahoo.com. That's a new one because I lost all my passwords. So I had to start a new Facebook account. So I'm friends with myself on Facebook. There's 2 of me. Isn't it crazy? But that's okay. Then I had to start a new email. My daughter taught me how to use Instagram. That lasted about 5 minutes. So, you know, if I haven't posted anything on Instagram in a while, I forgot how to do it. Yeah. So I'm going to put a little bit of white on top of his beak. I don't think it's snow, but it could be. It's just a little highlight here on his beak. And it looks nice. Okay. And then I'm going to put that dot back in his eye, which is over here. Okay, and that makes him like kind of looking at you. I think it's a little farther back, so I'm going to switch it, but not now. Then I got a little white on here, but don't worry about it. You can just rub it off like that. I'm going to go back. I'm going to make my sticks look a little bit more real because they're sticking up a little. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to take some black and some brown and mix it together. I'm getting this color, blackish brown. Yeah, we're learning how to do all this in school. The kids like to mix all the colors together on the plate, and I tell them, you're going to get brown. That's what happens. And then they're like, well, I'm stuck with all brown. I'm like, well, if you're nice, I'll let you try it again. But no, if you're mean, no, you got to wait. So I'm going to put some of these. Sometimes the sticks have little balls and things kind of coming off them that they're not so perfect. You might even want to add some, you know, on there. I'm going to cover up his eye because it's bothering me. And I'm going to do it again. because I don't know where his eye. That's the hardest part about a bird, is trying to figure out where the eye is. We always have trouble where the eye is. So just save that for last, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to bring the black over on his mask a little up like this. And then he has a lot of black right here. It kind of goes against his body like that, yeah. Again, the fatter the bird, the cuter he's going to be. Oh, so cute. Nobody wants some skinny dog running around. My dog was skinny when I got it. Now he's good. Then he died. But I miss him. And now we have a gerbil. I think his name is Jerry. He's so cute. And we just got him the other day. The lady's like buying the mouse. The mouse is probably the smartest. I'm like, I don't want a mouse. I have enough mice. There's no way I'm having a mouse living in a cage when I got him running all over the place. So actually, I haven't seen one in a while since I took off my shoe and it was in it. Oh, it was awful. That was bad. Everybody can't believe it. They're like, Dawn, did that really happen? I'm like, yes, it did. Why do you tell people? I'm like, because I don't lie. Why would we lie? You know, certain things you can lie about, but, you know, stuff like that, it's like, hey, this is reality, you know? So I like to tell people the truth most of the time. So then I'm going to put these little lines in, and they're just little black lines. They're hard to make, but my Jamoki brush is working out great. Yeah. And today we learned God's eyes. And I said to the kids, I know they come from Mexico. They use them for designs. They call them God's eyes. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because they're wrapped around a stick that looks like a cross. But you got to be careful with that stuff when you're teaching. So I always tell people, you know, if you don't celebrate Halloween, what we did is we did a God's eye with all white string. And then I bought those fake spiders at the dollar store or the Dollar Tree. And anybody that did Halloween, they wanted to put a spider on it. But even people that didn't do Halloween, I said, you can still use a spider. It's just a spider web. It doesn't have to be anything to do with Halloween. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't celebrate stuff. It's fine. We don't care. As a matter of fact, I think the school systems, instead of taking a week off for Christmas and Easter and all the Catholic holidays, which is great, but I think people should just say, you know what? I don't celebrate that. I'm not taking it off. And then people should just take off their own days. That way we'd have a much shorter school season. And people that celebrate Ramadan or people that celebrate Hanukkah, Rosh Hashanah, like we have a lot of that off too. But instead of having it off, I think people should just say, you know what, I'm just going to take it off. My kid's not going to be in school. Just don't punish it for it. And I think that would work out just fine. It was Columbus Day the other day. Now it's called Insidious People's Day. You know, there's a lot of changing around going on, and I'm fine with it. I don't know what to say. I don't say much about that stuff because I'm always wrong. Always. I am always wrong. But my husband's always right. So I just listen to him. I think he's right anyway. Most of the time he is. I've got a little bit going up there. I don't know why, but he's going to look more real as we go. And then he's got a couple little claws here, as we put before. I'll fix the stuff that I messed up at the beginning. Oh, so fun. His tail gets a little brown, brownish red. So I'm going to mix brown with red. And here we go. I'm going to mix some brown with some red that I already have over here. And I need a little bit more brown. Now these plates I use at school with the kids too. I go to the dollar store and you get 350 of these plates for $3. And we wash them. Yeah, the kids love the sink. They wear uniforms, so I make sure they roll up their sleeves because they're all white uniforms with maroon. The girls wear a little tie like this and the boys wear a tie every day. So, you know, I don't dress down. I wear fancy stuff to school because they always look perfect, so why should I wear jeans? I know some days you can wear jeans as a teacher, but I don't even do that. I mean, I might have once, but I think it was dress down day and you had to. But I don't like when they're wearing all these nice clothes and they look perfect every day. I like to, you know, come down to their level and try to look nice myself. And you kind of get treated better. When I dress nice at my art gallery, people would buy more. So if I was sitting there with farmer jeans on and paint all over myself, they'd be like, ugh, we don't like her. But all of a sudden, put on the high heels and woo, all of a sudden it made a difference. So it makes you feel better a little bit. But there's nothing around sitting around in sweatpants right when I get home from school. That's what I put on. I love it. So I'm going to separate his tail a little bit, just like this. Might not look perfect like there, but I can fix it. He's going to be a little darker here because it's underneath him. Yep. And then I'll add a few little different things, and then we're going to like finish it up. It's going to take quick. It's so fun. I don't know if a lot of people are going out for Halloween. Like I said, I give out Cokes. I might have a couple waters laying around for the little kids because that's kind of mean. But sometimes I'm like, nope. And my kids are like, Mom, that's expensive, giving out Cokes. And I'm like, not really, not when it's like 5, cartons for $12. That's pretty good. And a bag of candy can be $12. And then the kids rifle through the candy and they don't really like anything except for the Twix. Those are always popular. Everybody loves Twix. I'm gonna go in with my big brush and I'm gonna fix my mistakes in the background. And then we're gonna come back to the foreground. The foreground is the front of the painting and the background is the background. So again, I don't have a cloth and I was gonna run and get one in between episodes, but I said, you know what? No, I'm not gonna do it. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna take some black and some white and make a really light gray here in the middle. It's not gonna be white, but it's gonna be like a gray. Yeah. Oh, I took out my multicultural crayons the other day because we were doing, I never even heard of them. There were multicultural crayons and they came in all different browns. And then one crayon was black and one crayon was as white as a piece of paper, just like this. I said to the kids, not many people are this white, just so you know. And those people a lot of times can't go in the sun. So I feel bad for people like that. You're just born that way. There's nothing you can do about it. But an albino, I think is what it's called. And you don't see a lot of people like that. But I think it's pretty scary. I think they get used to it. But you can't go to the beach all the time like that. So I was telling them it's very rare that you're going to use the white. People say white people, but nobody's really that white, not that many people. So we mixed the two. We mixed some black with some brown, and it's very rare that you see someone pitch black either. So, we learned that, and it was a lot of fun going through the crayons, saying, matching them up to her skin. Oh, I'm this color, I'm a little pink. And it's just a fun way to teach. It doesn't have to be scary or silly or crazy. It's just fun. You just got to be honest with people. It all works out fine. And we love it. I love it there so much. I do. I got a lot of paper. I got a lot of paint. And in the state of Connecticut, my husband said, you can't sell oil-based paint anymore because he works at a paint store in Norwalk, Pittsburgh Paint. And there's no more oil-based paint allowed. So guess what? When he makes mist tints, and he can't get rid of them because he has to pour them out on cardboard and let them dry. Otherwise, he'll get fired. You can't do that. Now that it's water-based, maybe you can. But he used to have to dump it out, let it dry before he disposed of it. But now, when I run out of paint at Jamoki, I can take Tony's Pittsburgh Paint in with me. If anybody ever wants to donate to Jamoki, too, I think they said I could do a GoFundMe. I've never tried that. There's another thing for teachers that they told me about, too, but I've never heard of it. But I don't really need it right now. And if I need stuff, I can ask for donations, because people are generally nice. Going in the background, again, usually you do the background first, but I'm going back because I want it to be perfect, okay? We'll add his eyeball last. I hope I put it in the right place because it's very important. It doesn't look real unless it goes right where I want it, okay? So I'm painting in this gray. It's looking nice. I ran out of my light red, so you know what? If you're like, she needs that light red back, it's too late now. And it happens, it just happens. It's too late now. That's no problem at all. Yep, so they're gonna do a story on Tony's pumpkin. You're gonna be able to read about him in the paper. You won't see a picture of him, I'm positive of that. But maybe, I doubt it. But you might see him around. He goes to Highland Park Market every now and then. And, he's a nice guy. But the guy said, what motivates somebody to grow a pumpkin that large? And I said, well, somebody that's smart, somebody that has patience. He's got a lot of patience. Can you imagine being married to me? So he has a lot of patience. And we get along great for now. Works out great. Here we go. I'm going to mix a little bit more black with a little bit more white. I was in Heather's store the other day. She's got some great items for the holidays. She's very good at decorating. I still haven't let her in my house, but I will. When I'm ready to add a couch or something, I'm going to let her right in. And Joanne, that was on my show, she flew to Ireland today for 2 weeks. She said her flight was $348, round trip out of Bradley. Probably direct. But probably not straight into Donegal, probably Dublin. I don't know. She's got a brother in Dublin. He probably picked her up. But I'm so excited. And I want to go with her someday. But I want to go with my family, too. Ireland's still a very safe place to go. They just passed some new laws in Ireland. I think you can do gay marriage now in Ireland, of all places. I think it's great. Now, some people might not agree with me, but you know what? I don't think it's bothersome. I think it's fine. As long as people don't bother people and they're nice. That's what I like. I like nice people. Sometimes I'll say hi to everybody in the store and they look at me like I'm crazy. But you know, that's the way I run. I love it. And if they don't say hi back, it's okay. People have issues, you know. Maybe they're nervous or they don't know what to say. Now you need his feathers need to be straight. Because usually when they're ruffled up, that means he's been like hit by something or he flew into a window. Everything's perfectly groomed on the bird. Yeah, it's like a perfect line. So I'm going to straighten that out right there. Then I'm going to add some sprinkles on top like I did with Al. I'm not going to get it on the floor here though, because I wouldn't want to ruin it with all my friends at Nutmeg. I'm going to go into it and make it a little like this so it looks like it's real snow. All I'm doing is kind of using the side of the brush to go down on the snow so that I get some gray in there. Okay? And it goes by so quick. We're having so much fun. You know, it's the same as my classes that I teach. I think my classes are 35 minutes long for art classes. And, you know, the kids always say, it's over already. And I'm like, yeah, well, you got to pass it out. I've got like 26 kids, I think, in one class. It's a lot. But I like it. And I'm so excited. I know parts of Hartford I never knew before. I didn't know where Frog Hollow was. I was asking someone. She said, oh, honey, that's way down by the Capitol. That's the, I guess Blue Hills Avenue is considered the north end where I am. But Frog Hollow is more by the Capitol. I don't spend a lot of time in Hartford, but now I do. And I go over into Bloomfield, and, you know, I get a coffee. Now, the coffee in Farmington is $1, and Bristol, any size. But in Hartford, it's $1.50. What? It must be because it's corporate, but it's probably owned by someone different. I'm doing a little bit more gray, and I'm going to put this, I'm going to go into his fur like this. Sorry, his feathers. I'm going into his feathers like this. So it looks like they're a little spiky. See, because he's coming out with his little feathers. He's so cute. And maybe a couple more here, just so he looks nice. There's a couple little feathers going here. Now, I'm using a big brush. This is crazy, but I'm doing it anyway. And that's going there. I'm going to put a couple more feathers here and a couple there. And that's looking nice. Then I'm going to put in, let's see, I'm going to put in some more red. But I don't have any bright red anymore because I ran out. So I'm going to use the dark red. And I'm going to go back to my little cheap watercolor brush. And this is the watercolor brush that's in the set of watercolors that's $1. And it's right in the middle. I don't know how I ended up with it, but I got it. So I'm going to do that. He's going to be a little pink because I don't have my bright red back. And if I mix the alizarin crimson with the yellow, no, it's not going to work. So I'm just going to have him, you know, with this color. It's fine. Doesn't have to be just like the picture, as long as he's good enough. And then when I have like 2 minutes left, I'm going to sprinkle some snow. I'm going to sprinkle some snow on there when I have a little bit of time left. And he's going to look really nice. Make him puffy and nice and big. Okay, he's going to have a little darker some places, and he'll be lighter some other places. I'll do his eye, and then I'll do the snow, and he's going to look great. Yeah. And I think I might go to Florida, Naples, over the break, Christmas, yeah, just for a little bit. And my husband, I don't know if he can get it off, but he better. All he has to take is 3 days because he has, obviously, Christmas Day off. And when you go somewhere over the holidays, it's cheaper, especially if you go during Christmas. Put in a little bit more feathers here. Make them come out of him a little bit, just so he looks puffy and nice. Okay. I'm going to make his head a little darker, just a little. I ran out of my other red, but if I had my brighter red, I would use it, but I don't, so that's okay. We don't care. I don't care. I'm going to do with what I have. Yeah. Put that in there. Trying to cover up the Sharpie here, which is kind of hard. So again, at home, when you're painting, you want to paint with the pencil. Sometimes the pencil, depending on, you don't want to do a drawing with charcoal, because the minute you go over it with paint, it all turns gray. The pencil does too, but not as bad as the charcoal does. And the Sharpie is great. You just got to cover up your lines, because I use a Sharpie a lot. Remember, it helps me to remember where I was if I lose myself. Now, in here, the eye speck is to the top. I'm going to try it again. I can't tell you how many times I switch the eye when I'm doing a bird. I'm going to put it more like this one, where it's up here more. See if that works. Not really. I'll make it over here a little, and I'll fix it later. I think it's a little more over there. Let's try it. You got to move it around. And if you can't figure it out, just make the whole thing black again and keep trying for the dot until it looks right. Because we do it at the senior center, and we're like, where is that dang eye? And, you know, it's hard. So that's going to go up like this into his beak. And then this goes up a little here to cover up that part now. No, that doesn't look right either. See, it takes a while. You can't figure out where the eye is. I think, well, no. Takes a while, covering that back up. I'm going to do some more on his beak. It's so fun. And you know, when I sprinkle snow over it, it might fix the whole eye problem. Just watch. It works great. So I'm going to go back, make his beak a little bit darker here. And I might go back and make some more of my tree branches a little darker. Not all of them, but some of them. Okay. It's very fun. And you know, this took, you know, 2 segments of 24 minutes. So if you're having fun at home, you know, you can really whip this thing up. I'm going to make a couple branches going off here, maybe a couple going over there. Maybe it's always going to be darker where he's sitting because he's causing shade. So you always want to make him a little darker under here. Oh, my eye doctor friend, he texted me, it's time for your eye exam. And I'm like, oh, if you've been watching The Crack, oh, he is a C-head and he's watching. So I got to go in and get my eyes checked and make sure they haven't changed a lot. I'm sure they haven't, but maybe they have, you know. It's a good thing to take care of your eyes, especially if you want to see, you know. A lot of my friends have hearing aids. You know, I don't need that yet, but I'm going to Billie Eilish. I'm bringing my daughter. Oof. And if my daughter bails out on me, Joanne's coming with me. She told me. She's like, I love Billie Eilish. She's like, I'll go with you. I'm like, all right, we're staying with my sister in Milton, because that's where she lives. She lives in Milton, Mass, where Tom Brady used to live. Oh, now his house is for sale. And I think it's like 50 cents. He made the bidding go down, so I think it's cheaper now. I have 2 minutes left, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a couple of these lines, but then I'm going to skip his eye, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. It's pretty cool. I'll do a little bit of black over here, just a little there. You want to keep some of your brown because you want different things. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some snow, and I'm going to do it not in the background so it goes on the Nutmeg TV. You're going to need a lot of white. You can dab it on. People do it with a toothbrush. They put snow here and there and, you know, dab it on. You can do it like that. But a great way to do it is to get a lot of white, and you get a lot of water, and then you flick it on, and I'll show you, just like this. Just pretend you're doing some like salt and pepper shaker stuff, and you're going to flick that on. I'll show you in a sec. It's going to be snowing, but I'll do it the other way, just so you can see it. So you got to be careful because, see, that one kind of flickered around. If you're doing snow, you want little flakes and big flakes, and you want them everywhere because it looks great. And the more snow you put in, the more that eye is going to go away because, see, I'm going to put one there and there and there. The snow is going to go over everything because that's going to make it look real. And I would recommend flicking it, so go in the driveway and just take a big brush and just go whoosh, and it'll go everywhere, and it looks great. It's great for horse racing pictures. It's great for a lot of pictures. So I'm going to finish up. And thanks so much for tuning in. I'm so excited. I'm just going to frizzle away here. Keep adding. I hope John Kelly comes on and teaches me how to manage my money, even though my husband's a finance major. Ooh, I need help. I do. I'm going to be putting some snow here. You don't want the snowflakes the same size. So you want to do little and big. And that's why if you go in your driveway, it's going to be great. Thanks for tuning in. Next time we might be at the train station. Train thing that my friend built, and I did all the paintings on the wall. I won't tell you where it is, but we are going to be there, and you are going to tune in. I love it. Thank you so much. I'm just going to put some more snow around while I'm waiting. Oh, he's gorgeous, isn't he? Oh, whoops, that didn't work out so well, but that's okay. We don't care. Put in a little snow. Whoopsie. Looks like eyeballs everywhere. Got to clean the brush. Yep. Got to clean the brush.